And welcome back to the DonBest.com studios. Pat Williams, Brian Blessing, Todd Furman, NFL football gents. Couple 5-1 teams getting it on. How about the Texans hosting the Baltimore Ravens right now on the Don Best screen? Houston 6.5, 48.5. Todd, let's start with you with the number. Full 2 points towards Houston here. What are we looking at? The injuries or just the overall play or what?
It's been a combination of things. You look at this Baltimore defense. You lose Ray Lewis for what looks like the season. You lose Ladarius Webb in the secondary. And Haloti Ngata nicked up with a torn MCL. This was a prime buy low candidate in the Houston Texans. We saw them lay an egg on Sunday night. Bettors took advantage of the 4.5 and have bet it all the way up, just short of the key number.
It's funny, everybody was going all crazy, and Houston's number one in their power rankings, and before the season, going, what's the big excitement here? I mean, where they reside, they play nobody. It's a walkover in that division for them. So they've got the acid test, and they puke all over their spikes. You know, you come out of the locker room, you run the football, B.J. Raji's out of the lineup. Yeah, let's go start getting in a shootout with Aaron Rodgers. Shop shows 6 passes. They go 3 and out, 2 consecutive passes. You're down 14-0. You're playing Green Bay's game. You know, Kubiak was a box of rocks game plan-wise in that last game.
I know they try to move the ball around a little bit with Arian Foster, but he was split out 2 of the first 3 plays. Kubiak, brain fart. What's up? Do what you do. Run the football.
I think sometimes you try and get too cute. Arian Foster wasn't a receiver at Tennessee. That's not been his strength as a running back in the NFL. And this week, facing the Ravens, you look at what Baltimore has done against teams running the football. 227 against Dallas, 214 last week against Kansas City. Now, I know the season-long numbers don't look so bad, but the last 2 weeks more indicative of what we've seen. And when Philip Tanner's picking up 6 yards a pop, Dallas's third-string running back, that's big problems.
You know, you look at Wade Phillips. I think he's a terrific defensive coordinator. They lost Mario Williams to injury last year, but it didn't even bother them. Now they lose Cushing, though. I think that's a big loss. He's a guy that's actually worth about a point to the spread. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make. But I think the play in this game, and I know Kenny White thinks this as well, that there are going to be points, and more points. Baltimore's defense, who Kenny anticipated, he thought they were, over the top to begin with. Now you got Lewis and Webb, and they're getting all banged up. They're giving up 400 yards a game. Houston, they got more weapons you can shake a stick at, Pat. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad. I just think they're flawed.
Well, devil's advocate play is Kubiak's better when he gets a little bit of a lead and runs clock and plays good defense. So do you actually – I mean, the number at 48.5, that's a shootout number. I mean, are you thinking total?
I mean, we've seen this number get bet up, and I think there is value. I mean, the move came at 46.5, and until you get to that key number at 49, that may be the breaking point. But I agree with Brian. I think that both of these teams are going to try and score. The real question I have is what Baltimore does to take pressure off this defense. They've used the hurry up, but do they try and slow it down, maybe pound Ray Rice and Bernard Pierce a little more, give that defense a chance to rest and keep them off the field? The Texans can chew up 6 to 7 minutes a pop if they stay committed to the ground game, and if that's the case, it does change the dynamic.
That makes complete sense, but not this week, because they just got done watching the film. Harbaugh said, wait a minute, Green Bay dictated the pace of that game, walked in and throttled them. In time, I agree with you for Baltimore. They want to keep that defense off the field. In this game, Baltimore wants to get them in a shootout.
All right, great stuff, guys. Good luck on all your selections this weekend in the National Football League. We'll see you right back here real soon at DonBest.com.